You were taught that hard work leads to success, not as a suggestion, as a rule. Work harder than everyone else and you will eventually win. That idea has probably shaped more of your life than you realize. It influenced the jobs you chose, the hours you tolerated, the disrespect you accepted, and the excuses you made for staying longer than you should have. It also quietly kept you predictable. In the real world, systems do not reward effort. They reward usefulness to the system, and effort by itself is one of the most useful things a system can extract. Hard work is visible, it is measurable, it fits neatly into reports, schedules, and performance reviews. Because of that, it is cheap. Once you demonstrate that you are capable of more, the system adjusts its expectations upward and gives you exactly that, more. Not more money, not more leverage, more work. This is why so many people feel stuck while doing everything right. They are not failing, they are succeeding at the wrong objective. They are optimizing for effort instead of position. Effort scales linearly. You give more time, you get slightly more output. Leverage does not work that way. Leverage breaks the relationship between time and reward. A single decision can matter more than years of consistent effort. A small shift in position can outperform endless discipline. But leverage is invisible, and systems only reward what they can see. The person who stays late, responds instantly, never pushes back, and fixes problems quietly is extremely valuable to the system, not because they are irreplaceable, but because they are absorbent. They take pressure off everyone else. They stabilize the structure. That person is rarely promoted into real power. They are too useful where they are. This is where most people get confused. They assume being needed means being valued. It does not. Being needed often means being trapped. The system depends on you staying exactly where you are, doing exactly what you are doing. Reliability becomes a ceiling. The more competent you are at execution, the less incentive there is to move you into a role where execution is no longer your primary function. You become infrastructure, and infrastructure does not get rewarded, it gets maintained. Promotions often reinforce this trap. A new title arrives, a modest increase in pay, more responsibility, more accountability, more meetings, less autonomy. From the outside, it looks like progress. Internally, it is a deeper form of control. You now carry more weight without controlling direction. This is not accidental. Systems optimize for continuity. They reward people who preserve stability, not people who challenge structure. Questioning assumptions, redesigning processes, or shifting incentives introduces uncertainty. Systems avoid uncertainty whenever possible. That is why the hardest workers are often the least influential. Influence disrupts, effort sustains. Leverage, when it appears, often looks uncomfortable at first. It may look like someone doing less visible work, someone thinking instead of producing, someone making decisions instead of completing tasks. To a system trained to equate motion with value, this looks suspicious. So leverage is resisted until it becomes unavoidable. This is why people who gain real power often do so quietly. They stop competing on effort. They reposition. They attach their work to ownership, to decision rights, to bottlenecks, to systems that continue producing value without constant input. From the outside, it looks like they got lucky. From the inside, it was structural. Most people never make this shift because it requires abandoning a comforting belief, the belief that effort will eventually be noticed, that fairness is built into the system, that patience alone is a strategy. It is not. Systems do not care how hard you try, they care what you control. This is why exhaustion is not a signal of progress, it is often a signal of misalignment. You are pouring energy into something that consumes it instead of multiplying it. The uncomfortable part is realizing that no one is coming to correct this for you. There is no final evaluation where effort is retroactively rewarded. There is no moment where the system apologizes and makes things right. There is only positioning. Once you understand this, your relationship with work changes.
You stop asking how to work harder and start asking where effort compounds. You stop trying to prove value and start trying to control outcomes. You become less impressed by busyness, less distracted by praise, less attached to titles that do not change your leverage. You also become more selective about where you spend time, about what you tolerate, about which skills you build and which roles you accept. This does not make you lazy, it makes you realistic. Effort still matters, but effort without leverage is just consumption. It keeps you busy while the real decisions happen elsewhere. The dividing line is simple. Some people work inside systems, others shape them. The difference is not intelligence or discipline, it's awareness. Most people never see this rule. They spend years trying to outrun a structure that is designed to use them efficiently. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Every opportunity looks different. Every demand is evaluated differently. You stop asking whether something is hard and start asking whether it changes your position. That shift is quiet. It does not look impressive, but it is the difference between surviving indefinitely and actually moving forward. This is the rule that decides who stays dependent and who becomes free. Not effort, not talent, position. And the system will never explain that to you. It works better when you don't know.